Hello, my name is Somhahk Silachanh. I go by Chris. This is my portfolio for Capstone Spring 2020. For our Capstone project, it's a short about a girl named Blair who's very self-conscious, lives in her little own domain bedroom, gets sucked in a video game, learns a lesson about herself, and comes out and physically shows that she has learned a life lesson of growing. We only have three locations. It's the bedroom, real life, and then we go into a video game. We have an outside dungeon and we have an inside dungeon. I'm going to start with the bedroom scene. So this is the bedroom scene. Everything you see here is I did not model. I didn't make or anything. What I did was place the objects and build the scene. I was very conscious of where I put objects because I was very conscious of where I wanted to put the camera. Blair would most of the time will be sitting right here on the couch, and so I really thought that a lot of the camera scenes would be placed in front of the TV facing Blair, and so we see a lot of this background. For this background, I put posters, and we would have angles right here. We would see bookshelves, more shelves. I wanted the background to kind of give an insight on who she was and express herself. And if we were to look at the background, you would kind of see who she was as a person. Another important placement was this window. Sam is a neighborhood boy who comes and knocks on the window and tells her to come outside and play, but she says no because she wants to be locked up in her room. And so this window was specifically placed here because I knew I wanted to have shots of being outside looking inwards, and it would just kind of show and express how she's stuck in her own little box, and so the framing of the window is very boxy as well. For textures, like when we actually see the color of it, our main character Blair has a very strong blue color palette, so I thought purple would really complement her, and the darkness and the blue wood, I mean not blue, black wood really complemented how this is her little hidey hole, this is her little own safe place where she's comfortable, but it's also where she's kind of trapped inside. We have a lot of handmade textures, things like the posters and the cups were hand drawn. I didn't do any of that. When it comes to picking the color, I'm pretty sure I only picked the carpet, the floor, and the wall. Other than that, the texturing was done by somebody else. Here on the shelves, it's not loading up, but we would have an Easter eggs of all the capstone projects for this semester on there, and we would also see titles of things that she's interested in. Same goes for the video games over here. There's a trash can full of sticky notes and other trash, but I wanted this specific shot. This was specifically placed here like this. So we would be looking in and we would see these sticky notes and indicate that she's being bullied. And that's why another reason why she's also very self-conscious of herself. Moving on to the next scene, this is the dungeon, outside dungeon. This is where we first enter the video game. It doesn't have any colors right here, right now, but I took the time to learn a specific render engine called Arnold Toon Shader. These drawn black lines automatically show up within the render. I wanted it to give it a different look so it would be very anotherworldly compared to the bedroom scene. I wanted this filter to indicate that we are in a different world away from reality. When it comes to the objects here, I have made everything and placed everything in this scene, except for the torches. I did not make the torches. Going on to the next scene, it would be the inside dungeon. With the inside dungeon, she fights a demon boss, and it has the same Arnold Toon shader that I worked very hard to understand. Because our main character has a blue color scheme to her and her bedroom is her safe place and has a purple complement, this dungeon battle scene is mostly red, brown, and gray. Because this is the demon layer and his colors would complement his own environment, but I thought it would also really complement her blue color scheme that she has and really shows that she's a hero, blue versus red as well. Going on to the actual character, this is Blair bedroom version. We actually have a second version of her in video game armor, but I have not touched that. That's actually in someone else is in charge of that. I was in charge of the bedroom. I did not make the hair, I didn't make the body, didn't make the clothes. What I did was rig this character. So rigging is building the skeleton, which is these yellow lines here, and building the controls. And the last part of rigging is paint weighting. Paint weighting is making sure the skeleton and the controls don't have any other influence on anything else. So if I were to move the arm at the beginning of paint weighting, moving it up and down, it would have influence right here on the shorts, and it would stretch and follow this control. And paint weighting takes a long process as you have to do it for the whole body. Another part is parts right here where they fold. Paint weighting is really important to making sure nothing looks gross or disgusting. Likewise, I also textured this character. I chose the color scheme for this character. I gave her gradient hair. She has dark blue and then a light blue at top. I gave her red shoes because I thought it would complement against the blue and the purple, but I also wanted it to have a call on the Wizard of Oz, on how Dorothy goes to another land and how Blair goes into a video game land, and it's kind of like, I want to go home kind of thing. Another thing I did was give them 2D faces. I had to learn how to do attributes. With the 2D faces, you can toggle along 24 different mouths and 24 different eyes to really capture the expression you want from her. I had to learn how to change UVs. I had to learn how to connect it to the attribute switches and toggle them. But that was a really strong choice that we made. Last but not least, what I did this semester was also work on Sam. I have also rigged him, worked on his skeleton, worked on his controls, worked on his paint weights. His paint weight's kind of a little funky right here. Like I said, when places fold, that paint weight's really tricky. I did not make him, I didn't model the hair, didn't make the shirt. I also gave him 2D faces with 24 different eyes, 24 different mouths you can switch from. Let's not do that face. I also textured him. I chose his colors. So Sam is outside on the green grass, blue sky, white picket fence outside of Blair's bedroom. And I gave him kind of a pastel look to him because he's outside and a brighter character. Blair has blue hair and Sam has pink hair, and that's how they make one of their biggest friends connection. And so I really needed to find colors that complemented his pink hair, and this is the best that I can come up with. He also has red shoes. Yes, as of right now, we're all working on the bedroom scenes. We kind of want to have a trailer by May 11th of the bedroom scene, and in this trailer everything happens with Sam and Blair gets sucked into the video game, and then the trailer cuts to like what happens and quick clips of the video game scene, and it's very like a kind of like a teaser, like what happens in the video game world. Find out this fall when we finish the animation. But yeah.